My mom was the same way, as the matter of fact. One massive bully that I never wanted anything to do with, but was forced to live under for years. Whenever I did something amazing, she'd always say it was because of her. She would always tell me to listen to what she says, no matter how ignorant and wrong it was. And when I messed up, she would tell me I was no good and that I was embarrassing not only her, but everyone in the family. You and my mom both seem to mistake your child's life for your own, and that is so upsetting to me. I completely understand what your mother is talking about and feeling. I'm sure you frickin' do. Both of you share that same single brain cell. I'm sure neither of you have ever thought about your own kids, have you? And that's why your own kids have had to fight for their lives to fix their ways of thinking. It took me years to get over the fact that I was more than my mom's puppet and that my wants and needs mattered too. The only reason you ended up having issues like that in the first place is because you're not good enough for this world. Maybe you needed to grow a pair and actually live up to your mom's expectations. Well, I'm sure you could say something like that, but that's totally fine. Here's how things are going to end here. Sylvia, you are going to be kicked out of your husband's house, so please begin preparing yourself for the big move out of there. Huh? What do you mean I'm being kicked out of his house? Your husband is planning to divorce you now, Sylvia. And as everyone seems to recall, it's your husband that owns that house now, right? So that means after the divorce, you will no longer be allowed to live there anymore. Wait. Why do I have to be the one getting divorced here? And why do I have to be the one getting kicked out of this house? You don't know why? Interesting. Because from what I'm aware of, you've been using all the money I've sent you to lavish yourself. You've also used some of it to get yourself a younger boyfriend, right? You also ended up borrowing some money from a loan shark because I wasn't giving you all you needed to afford that lifestyle. I was planning to pay all that money back. So you can't call that money borrowed. I'm not in any debt. Oh, so there's no excuse for you paying another man to take you out? That's because to me, I'm not actually paying him to go out with me. Him and I are in love now. Honestly, I can't tell if that's a joke or not. But that's not my problem. How about you go and tell your husband about that now and see what he thinks of it? I'm sure he'd love to find out that you're in love with a younger man you've been paying to take you out. Anyway, your husband has also noticed some of your shared money being used up, so he's made sure to count all that up as well. And he's going to make sure you pay him back that amount. No way! Arya, can you please go and do something to set my husband straight? I'm sure if you go to him saying that what I've done wasn't all that bad, then he'll listen to you and stop trying to get this divorce. Oh, have you forgotten already? I'm not your family. You said it yourself that I'm nothing more than a complete stranger to you. So I'm sorry to say this to you, but I'm not that kind of a stranger. I know some are willing to do a lot for others that they don't know, but I don't have that kind of heart in me. No. What should I do here then? Well, I think the first thing you should start to do is find yourself a new place to move to. How does that sound? Can you at least get my son to think about cutting ties to me? My husband is going to throw me away, and my own son wants to cut ties to me. Brendan is the one who decided he doesn't want you as his mom anymore. So I have no right trying to say anything to him about that choice. Now it's getting to be that time where I need to head back into work. Don't talk to me ever again, Sylvia. Please, just listen to what I'm saying to you. Oh, please do something about this. Oh, please.
I'm so very sorry about what my mom had done. Had I just stood up a little taller and actually taken matters into my own hands, she wouldn't have even thought about treating you like that.
I've told you already now that you don't need to apologize for her actions. Especially since you hate her just as much as I do. You and I have completely cut ties to her now, so it's over. But I have to ask, are you going to be all right, Brandon? I get that she treated you like crap all your life, but even so, she's still your mom by blood, right? Are you sure you're not going to regret any of this?
I have no plans of regretting the choice I've made here. And even if I do, I'd rather regret what I've done with her than live the rest of my life knowing how much of a bitch she will continue to be. When I married you, Arya, my mom should have already known what was coming for her. That I would be making a family with you and that she wouldn't be allowed to follow me. Honestly, the fact that she continued to be so awful around you was kind of a blessing. Because of that, I was able to shut her down once and for all.
Oh, that's great to hear. I'm very happy to see you so excited about the choice you've made.
I hope that after making the said choice, you and I will never have to experience a person like her ever again.
I hope so too. After the divorce took place between Sylvia and her husband, she no longer had a place to live and was forced out of his house. Thinking that there was still hope for her, though, she started to go around the neighborhood asking people to let her stay with them because she was such an amazing woman. But the thing was, everyone in the neighborhood had always hated her for the way she flaunted her son like a trophy and bragged about his achievements all the time. So not a single person around was even willing to speak with her about letting her in. It didn't help that a lot of them also knew about the man she was paying to go out with her and about the feelings she had for him. So, in the end, there was no hope for her in that part of town, and she had to move on from there. She then decided it was time to go all the way back home to her parents' house, even though it's almost been a decade since the last time she was around them. There, none of her family really wanted anything to do with her and were suspicious as to why her husband divorced her and sent her away. But instead of asking her for the details, they all just kept their distance from her and moved her into the basement. Sylvia stopped going out to see that young man she said she was in love with so much, instead choosing to shut herself in, never going out very much. As for myself, my life with Brandon has gotten a whole lot better for the both of us. I've been able to focus a lot more of my time and energy into work again, and pretty soon here, I'm going to be getting a promotion. Brandon is also working hard to get a promotion, so neither of us have been around the house too much. We plan to get ourselves into some good positions within our companies and then ease up on working all the time to start focusing on making a little family of our own.
Elena, I am really looking forward to your guys' wedding coming up here soon. The idea that my older brother will be getting married has still not fully settled into my brain yet, though. What? Why are you coming to the wedding? There won't be any seats there reserved for you. What? I just said to you that there will be no seating at this wedding for people like you. No family seating whatsoever. There is not a lot of room at this wedding for people. And that's why, even if you try coming, there will be nowhere for you to sit. What do you mean there isn't enough room there for family like me? Alright, I might have been lying to you a bit there about there not being enough room physically. But there is not enough mental space for you here. You don't have a father or anything anymore, right? Well, I'm not going to have your lowlife of a mom coming to this wedding after she was thrown away by her husband. And I sure as hell won't have a little sister like you here after you've been leeching off your doctor brother. So that's why I've said there is not enough room here for everyone to come. Like the both of you. You actually think I can mentally handle two of your types coming in and ruining things for me? Did you just call my mom a lowlife? I sure did. When you think about it, single parents have always been the worst and end up having some of the most useless children. You are all just like poor people. But what if my family has been living a pretty luxurious life this whole time? I'm sorry to say, but listening to you lie to me right now isn't going to help your case. How about you take some lessons in telling lies before you start trying to get me to believe such a huge lie like that. Is that really how far you'll go to get seats at my wedding? By lying to me about how you and your mom have been living? If you both really, really, really want to be at my wedding, then make sure to bring me a decent gift. Huh? You do understand that I'm the daughter of a CEO, right? That means I've never had to worry about things like money in my whole entire life. So if you want to be allowed into this wedding, then you're going to have to bring me a gift that even I would be excited about. Unbelievable. So you really didn't write us down on the guest list or anything for your wedding? Are you freaking nuts or something? Oh man, now you're scaring me. Why would you actually do something like this? I told you the reason for this already, didn't I? I don't have the mental space for two lowlifes to be at my wedding. There's no need for you to be here anyway. I'm sure you both smell like poop since you're both so poor, and you'll start to cause issues for the rest of my guests here. I told you there would be no seats here for you, yet both my husband's little bratty sister and his depressing mother came anyway. There is no place for you guys to sit down. But I'll be kind and let you both in to stand in the far back corners of the room and watch. How does that sound? We're going home. Thank God. Cal, I'm sorry. It doesn't seem that either Mom or I will be able to get into your wedding today.
What? What's going on right now? The wedding is about to start here any minute now. Did something happen at the reception that I need to come and handle?
Well, about what happened. Your fiancée Elena told my mom and I that we were both lowlives because Mom is a single mother now, and said that we'd have to stand in the far back corners and watch the wedding because she didn't prepare any seating for us.
Huh? What the hell is wrong with her?
I'm sorry to have to tell you about what happened, but there's more to this. Let me explain.
Are you kidding me? She actually went ahead and said all those horrible things to you?
She did. I was just as shocked as you are now when it all happened. I knew she was always a pretty outgoing person and spoke her mind quite a lot, but I guess she was hiding those feelings she had for us until today. I suppose she thought that since today is the day she will marry you, she could go all out and let Mom and I have it. But that sudden change in her personality, neither Mom nor I can even believe what happened still.
There's no way she would say something like that to both of you. I can't freaking believe this. Are you still near the wedding, Leia?
Right now, Mom and I are waiting out front for a taxi to come by and pick us up.
Okay. Well, listen. Do you think there's any way you and Mom could be able to watch the wedding?
What?
Please don't be too upset. I'm not trying to toy with you both or anything like that. It's just, I feel really bad about what happened. And I don't want you both to leave just yet, until you've gotten to see me at least. And the other thing is, I will not let Elena get away with those horrible comments she made about you both. You're my family after all. And to me, my family comes before anyone else.
What? What are you planning to do then? You can't just marry her anymore, right?
I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. It's just that I'm a little on edge now after hearing about what Elena was saying about you and Mom. So I want her to be aware of that. I'm sure if Dad was around, this kind of thing would have never happened, right? So I want to make it clear to her that just because Dad isn't around anymore, that doesn't mean she can pick on you both.
Cal.
Anyway, you guys can look through one of the doors or something. Just crack one of the doors open a bit. Watch this wedding unfold, please. You can trust that I'll handle what's happened between you and Elena today, right?
I do. But just don't force yourself to do anything stupid over this. Elena, thank you so much for letting my mom and I watch your wedding from outside one of the doors. I never thought you had such a fun wedding in store for everyone like the one you threw today. I'm shocked by that kind of entertaining planning you put into that. I'm so happy my mom and I could stay and watch that all unfold. Because of that, we're both feeling very refreshed now. Would you just shut the hell up? How was any of that a part of my planning? Your ridiculous brother went and threw the wedding cake right in my face. My face is covered in layers of sticky sugar, and my wedding dress is completely ruined now. Why the hell did this have to happen to me? Today was one of the most important days of my life. Well, don't start saying things like I was involved in any of it. My mom and I were just standing outside the room watching you guys from a little crack we opened up in the door. Don't play dumb with me. Cal would never do something like that to me out of his own desires. You went and told him something or threatened him into doing it, right? You come over here right now and pay me $10,000 for both my wedding and for causing this to happen to me. Huh? You have to pay me back for this. Both you and that lowlife mother of yours caused something that led to this. You've really done it now, you two filthy leeches. I will make you both sorry for what you did to me, so I hope you're both ready for that. Huh? Are you mentally retarded or something? Why should I have to pay you for what's happened? Excuse me? I just had my whole wedding ruined today by your family. It took me a whole year to plan this wedding out and wait for today, so now I'll have to start all over again. I won't let you get away with what you've done, even if you do get your hands and knees begging for my forgiveness. I'm over this. Your brain must have gotten knocked out of your head when that cake slammed into your face earlier. Do you really think you're going to have another chance at marrying my brother now? Huh? What the hell does that mean? I meant exactly what I said. You're not going to get married anymore. From here on out, you'll be rotting in hell like the rest of your kind. What the actual hell? I have no idea what you're going on about. How about you come over here and start giving me the money I'm owed for this ruined dress? Cal, when are you going to be coming back over here? You never came home last night, and I need to know where you've gone and when you'll be back. You were supposed to be here taking care of me after what happened yesterday. Are you trying to get me to start suspecting you of something?
You're so annoying. It's 8 in the morning and you're already whining like a little dog. I'm not sure if you're aware yet, but I'm trying to get some distance from you. That's why I'm staying at a hotel right now.
Why are you trying to get away from me? Do you not feel any sympathy for me after what you did yesterday? You need to come home and say sorry for all of that. No, come on. Do you not have any common sense?
You're the one that seems to be lacking in that department. Don't start thinking that you're totally innocent in all this.
What? What are you going on about?
Stop it with the games. You went and said some very terrible things to my mom and her sister, right? I heard all about that. Calling them both lowlives and saying they've been leeching off of me? There were other things you called them as well, but I'm not gonna get into detail right now. And what's the whole deal with you not reserving them any seats at the wedding and telling them to go stand in the corner and watch? I was a real idiot for leaving you in charge of all my guests at the wedding. After doing all that crap and still not apologizing to me for it, who the hell do you think you are?
What? How about you calm down a little bit?
You really think I can calm down right now? After what I heard and witnessed?
Oh, wait, but isn't this all really strange to you? Why am I being painted as the bad guy here? I never even did anything wrong, and you're all coming at me like I've been a problem.
Are you serious?
I was never verbally harassing either of those two. All I was saying was the truth about them, and that was it. They have both become parasites and latched onto you the moment you became a wealthy doctor, right? So I'm just calling a couple of nasty parasites some leeches because that's what they are. So what's wrong with that? Getting upset with me over speaking the truth is a little bit childish of you, to be honest.
Alina,
Listen, Cal. There is no need for two smelly lowlifes to be coming into something as formal as a wedding. This is supposed to be one of the most amazing times of my life, and I don't want it being trashed by them. They would start to cause problems for my guest as well. So I made the right choice by not preparing any seats for them. I know that in your case, Cal, having to live a life of poor person before becoming a doctor was tough, right? You must have hated to live with those two idiots. I'm not trying to speak for you or anything, but I can just tell that having to call two lowlifes like them family must have really damaged your pride.
shut the hell up, you bitch.
What?
The fact that you just started to ramble on and on like that about me and my family? You want to know why the hell I'm a doctor right now? Do you want to know how I got into medical school and everything? I got in because of what those two did for me. I can't even begin to describe the kind of anger I'm feeling right now after the things you said about the two people that got me where I am today. You really lost your humanity at some point before this wedding. I will never, ever forgive you for saying such horrendous things about my family. That's it. We're through. It's freaking over, you asshole.
What? What? Are you leaving me now? How could you say you're going to leave me now after something as small as what happened yesterday? What's gotten into you, Cal? Ever since yesterday, you've really changed. So do we need to take you in to have your head looked at or something?
Excuse me?
Everything you just said to me, it was out of line. It's like you've been brainwashed or something. You would never say things like that to me. I'll make sure we get to the bottom of what's happened to you because none of that is really what you want.
Hold it right there. Listen to me, for God's sake.
And tell me what hotel you're staying at right now. I'll come and get you. Cal still hasn't come home to me. And he started to say that he wants to leave me now, which is way too uncalled for from him. Do you know anything about this? I keep trying to ask him where he's at right now, but he won't even respond to me. Funny how you're coming back to talk with me again, after all the things you said to me before. I really can't be asked with you. Come on. Both you and Cal are insane. I was just telling you and your mom the truth, and you both are acting like I've gone and verbally harassed you or something. Both of you need to stop acting like victims of a crime and get over it. Now listen,